everyone! I'm going to show you how to make your own miniature pond in your garden. Ponds are a great habitat for our aquatic animals and our invertebrates, such as our dragonflies, our newts, our frogs, our tadpoles, and it's great at springtime to come and have a closer look to see who is swimming about in the pond. So before we get started, we need to make sure that we have all our supplies ready. So for my pond today, I'm using a washing up basin, but you can use anything, all sorts of things that you might find around the house, like a storage box, an old flower pot. You can even use an old car tyre. If you're using something that isn't watertight, we always suggest that you get a pond liner just to line the base of the pot or the tyre, just to secure it to make sure that it doesn't leak. I won't be using a pond liner today because my wash basin is watertight, which is great. If you come and take a closer look, I'm going to show you some of the things also that we'll be using. Here's some gravel, so we'll need that to line the bottom of our tub. Also, if you have things like logs or pieces of large wood, those are great for animals to jump onto and to climb into the pond or to climb out of. It's also really nice to add different levels in your pond, so that's why I've brought some larger stones and you can scatter them on the bottom of your pond. What's also really important with our pond is what we put in there, such as some pond plants. These pond plants are really important. They help to oxygenate the water and they're also used for the animals to shelter underneath. They might even use them to lay their eggs on. Pond snails are known for laying eggs underneath the side of leaves, so these are perfect. Another really important one is water. Now this is rainwater that I've collected. We don't want you using tap water because tap water has got chemicals in it. So it might be worth leaving some buckets outside to collect the rain before you start to make your pond. Now, let's get started. So the first thing that you need to do when you're doing your pond is to find a really nice space. Now what we want is an area that gets sunshine, but we also need a little bit of shade. We don't want our animals getting too hot. So if you have a half and half area, that would be perfect. Next is you need to find a place where you're going to put your container. You can either choose to have it on top of the soil, but I've chosen to dig out a hole. So this area here is perfect for me to put my basin straight inside. If you remembered, I mentioned about different levels when we're in the pond. So I've got my gravel here ready to go on the bottom of the pond, but I also want to add in these big stones and even these logs around the side, so the animals have different levels to jump up to and crawl down into the pond. First of all, we're going to put our gravel in. If we put in just enough, just to cover the bottom, I would say about 1 inch of gravel is perfect, but you can change it. Now next we're going to add in our stones. So I've got about 2 here. I think that will probably be enough for the size of my pond. You just want to place them about. And also I've got some bricks and I've got some logs. So my brick, I'm just going to put at the edge here. It acts as sort of like a stepping up platform for maybe those frogs that want to jump in, a bit like a diving board. We've also got a great big log here. We keep it as a little nook and it just gives a nice little frame to our pond. Next is the most important bit, the water. Now if you remember, I said don't use tap water, and that's because of all the chemicals that we find in tap water. So as I suggested, I think it's best if you leave some buckets outside before you make your pond, so if you can collect as much rainwater as possible, because that will be so much better for the pond life. Now I think we better get this water in our pond. The last little bit to add is our plants. Now here I've got some pondweed and I've got some small lilies as well. The best sort of plants to add to a small pond would be things like miniature lilies and other things like that. But make sure that you do your research on pond plants. There are some that can be very invasive, so we don't want them to completely take over your pond. Now let's add these bits so our pond is finished. Our pond is all finished now. With the leftover stones, I decided to add them around the edge because remember, they love something to jump in and out of, so we're creating those levels. I hope you enjoyed my video on how to make a miniature pond. If you did like this video, don't forget to give us a like, and also if you want to see more of our videos, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.